The world is seeing a sharp increase in the number of millionaires in the past couple of years, but not all of these millionaires end up becoming billionaires. And since only a very lucky few have, let's look into how these 7 millionaires became billionaires in such a short time. Number 1, Bill Gates. Anytime you think of a billionaire, you'll probably think of Bill Gates. The shy founder of Microsoft took years to become a millionaire, and then shifted from being a millionaire to a billionaire in just 5 years. After going public with Microsoft in 1986, Gates put his love for computer science out there for everybody to see. He became the company's CEO and rose to prominence as one of the richest people in the US. The shares he sold made him $1.6 million, and the 45% stake he retained gained a market value of $350 million back then. The young CEO celebrated his newfound wealth by making some very sensible decisions. He paid off his $150,000 mortgage, he told Fortune in 1986. This was apparently a smart move because it's important to eliminate any debt, including a mortgage, as quickly as possible. Paying off his mortgage was also more practical than some of Gates' earlier decisions and helped him save and invest his money carefully. Gates' wealth continued to balloon after Microsoft's IPO, and he became a billionaire in 1987 at age 31. At the time, he was the youngest person ever to reach the milestone. And by 1995, his fortune had grown to $12.9 billion, making the then 39-year-old the world's richest man, a title he held for years afterward. Number 2, Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban went from being a millionaire to a billionaire quite fast. He has invested in hundreds of successful companies to date and clearly has a sharp eye for profitable investments. In the 1990s, Cuban founded and sold several startups that helped him reach the highly coveted billionaire status. After this, in 2000, he paid $285 million for a majority stake in the popular Dallas Mavericks. Under his ownership, the team won an NBA championship in 2011 and is now valued at an estimated $2.3 billion, according to Forbes. But according to Cuban, his strong track record of self-driven financial success and his tough past were the main reasons why he was so driven to achieve the billionaire title. His company, Micro Solutions, would go on to make Cuban a millionaire. In 1990, he sold the company to CompuServe for $6 million. 5 years later, he and a friend, Todd Wagner, started Broadcast.com, which was acquired by Yahoo in 1999 for $5.7 billion in stock. The sale of Broadcast.com successfully placed him in the list of the richest billionaires in the world. Number 3, Mark Zuckerberg. You might find this a little difficult to believe, but Facebook co-founder and CEO Mark Zuckerberg made the leap from millionaire to billionaire in just 1 year. Zuckerberg's path was lightning fast compared to other millionaires like the Berkshire Hathaway CEO and investing guru Warren Buffett, or the Coke Industries owner Charles Koch, who took 22 years to get there. After creating Facebook, while he was still in sophomore year, Zuckerberg was not expecting it to be as popular as it turned out. It blew up really soon, and this explosion of user growth attracted the attention of many venture capital firms, and Zuckerberg eventually moved out to Silicon Valley in 2005. Facebook received its first round of venture capital investments from Excel Partners, which invested $12.7 million in the site that was still only open to Ivy League students. By the end of 2005, however, Facebook had opened up to students attending other schools, causing the website to reach 5.5 million users. Facebook has been growing exponentially since then, and as of January 30th, 2020, the company has a market cap of $598 billion. Zuckerberg also owns over 375 million Facebook shares and holds 60% of voting rights in the company. Number 4, Bernard Arnault. Bernard Arnault, the chairman of LVMH, is currently 72 years old and has a net worth of a whopping $150 billion. Even though Bernard was an engineer by training, his business chops became apparent while working for his father's construction firm, Ferret-Savenel, which he would take control of in 1971. He later converted Ferret-Savenel to a real estate company named Ferranel Inc. in 1979 and earned millions off the deals that it made. As the company grew, he expanded his investments into a range of other fields like fashion and beauty. This made him a billionaire pretty quick. His business currently owns some of the biggest brands on earth, including Louis Vuitton, Hennessy, Marc Jacobs, Sephora, and many more. The majority of his wealth, however, actually comes from his massive stake in Christian Dior SE. the holding company that controls 41.2% of LVMH. His shares in Christian Dior SE, plus an additional 6.2% in LVMH, are held through his family-owned holding company, Group Arnault SE. And even though he's 72 years old, Arnault is still going strong. Who knows? He might even end up on the list of trillionaires in the future. Number 5, Jeff Bezos. It took Jeff Bezos 2 years to make the jump from a millionaire to a billionaire. He is currently 57 years old and has a net worth of $177 billion. The Amazon founder also owns Blue Origin, The Washington Post, and $9.75 billion in cash. Though Amazon.com originally started out selling books, it has since morphed into a one-stop shop for everything under the sun and is arguably the world's largest retailer. It acquired Whole Foods in 2017 and launched its own branded over-the-counter drugs in February of 2018. In 2020, Amazon's share price skyrocketed on the heightened demand for online shopping as lockdowns forced consumers to stay home. Bezos originally took Amazon public in 1997 and ended up becoming the first man since Bill Gates in 1999 to achieve a net worth of more than $100 billion. Bezos' other projects include aerospace company Blue Origin, The Washington Post, which he purchased in 2013, and the 10,000-year clock, also known as the Long Now. Number 6, Elon Musk. 49-year-old billionaire Elon Musk is currently worth $151 billion and owns a range of companies including Neuralink and Tesla. Elon Musk has had his hands in several different companies over the years. Originally enrolled at Stanford University, Musk deferred his attendance to launch Zip2, one of the earliest online navigation services. Then he created X.com, an online payment system that later became PayPal. After this, he initiated Space Exploration Technologies, or SpaceX, which aims to make space exploration more affordable. After he established all these businesses, Tesla's stock price experienced an astronomical surge in 2020, having risen 705% from the start of the year to mid-December. It joined the S&P 500 that same month, the largest company added thus far. This also changed Musk's status from a millionaire to a billionaire. Number 7, Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett became a billionaire at only 26 years old. He is currently 90 years old and has a net worth of $96 billion. Buffett first bought shares in a textile company called Berkshire Hathaway in 1962, becoming the majority shareholder by 1965. He expanded the company to insurance and other investments in 1967. As of now, Berkshire Hathaway is a $500 billion company, with a single share of stock trading at more than $390,000 per share in early 2021. While many investors have been piling into tech companies, Buffett has opted for a more cautious approach, only buying from well-established companies that are easier to understand, such as IBM and Apple. This has made him the billionaire he is today.